Be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. And if you haven't already, follow us on social media for tips, tutorials, giveaways, and daily inspiration.
Hi, my name is Keith Lamont Parker-Emerson Jr., and this is another episode of Eat It Up, Siblings Edition. I'm here with a group of extraordinary siblings with different dietary preferences. Let's get the rundown from the ones that we can, why they have different fitness and nutrition preferences. Let's go. Awesome. I'm here with Dave on another episode of Eat It Up. David, yeah, and a couple of rowdy dogs. So, Dave, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yep.
Very cool. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 5 brothers and sisters.
5 brothers and sisters.
And we are on siblings trip.
Wow.
We try to go camping every year on Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
And we've done this, I think, this is the 4th year in a row. So we're slowly getting away from tent camping. And now we have practically a mansion of a barn. So it's pretty nice. Hot tub, plenty of space, plenty of rooms. Beautiful. So.
Wow. Dope. What's your profession?
Right now I'm a professional student. I'm in school for physical therapy at Bowling Green. I've got about 1 year left, and I am ready to be done with school and actually start working. Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
balancing professional life and vacation. Quite a bit of, you don't have a lot of time for vacation right now. It's a condensed, so.
Yeah.
But learning a lot about the body, about nutrition. So.
Very cool. What type of diet with such a rigorous profession, lifestyle routine do you have?
Yeah, so diet is definitely evolved since starting the program. I've definitely learned things that I've tried to implement into my daily routine. So I start the day with a protein shake that's about 500 calories. It's got all types of antioxidants, protein powder, pea powder, no GMOs, all organic, little bit of matcha green tea powder just to have the caffeine, so I know exactly how much caffeine I'm getting. And then, plenty of proteins, antioxidants, and then a little bit of caffeine to jumpstart my day.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to cut back on carbs right now.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Last 2 years of school, and I've definitely gained weight around the mid area.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to increase fats, increase proteins.
Yeah.
And I've actually just started a 12-12 fast. Thank you.
Yeah.
Where I'm eating from 6:30 in the morning to 6:30 at night, trying to have an early dinner in order to have no snacking the rest of the evening. But yeah, a lot of vegetables. We do meat when my girlfriend and I go out. Trish, she'll be on one of these interviews. But yeah,
sure will.
So just trying to show some discipline around food, and at the same time give my body a little bit of time to actually burn into some not just quick and easy energy that's there with the food that I just ate, but actually getting into the reserves. And I would eat 11 o'clock at night and then wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and eat again. And I've got to eat in the morning. Got some stomach pains, not just hunger, but some real pain. Yeah. Our mom has really bad stomach stuff, and she's got to eat right away too. So
yeah,
whatever it is, hereditary, I don't know, but I just listen to my body and I do what my body says, and then at some point
it usually works.
I tell my body no for now. If it's just hunger and it's just like a simple hunger, like that's what I can say no. If it's pain, I'm just gonna listen to my body.
Mm-hmm.
So
very cool.
Yep.
Do you have an exercise routine?
I do. So Trisha and I are training for a triathlon, and we use ChatGPT to create a ramp up for 2 months of training. At the beginning of August, we'll have our sprint triathlon, so 5K run, 12-mile bike ride, and 750-meter swim. So I'm doing 2 swims a week, a run a week, and 2 bikes a week, and then 1 mobility day where I'm really trying to open up the joints, not just stretching, but like the next level. And that's really where I'm applying a lot of what I'm learning at PT school into opening up the joints for longevity and performance. And performance is a great thing, but I mean, now that I'm on this side of college sports, performance isn't as important. Longevity is important.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, cool. One last question for you, bonus round. Do you have any fitness or nutrition goals this year?
I think mainly the triathlon and lose a little bit of weight.
Okay.
So with those 2 goals, I would say I'm all about the 3-month goal, because 1-year goal, I love when the new year comes around, making new goals for the year. But what we started doing as a couple is just doing 3-month goals, and the 3-month goals are more attainable. They're usually right away. You can apply them, you can incorporate them into routines or something like that. So I love our 3-month goal right now of getting fit, enjoying the outdoors while it's nice out in Ohio, and getting fit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Stay fit, stay active, family. This is Dave on another episode of Eat It Up. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video with somebody who looks similar to this guy. He's handsome. And not single. So
very taken.
For
Thanks,
sure.
Keith.
Thank you guys. We'll see you again.
Yep. All right, bro. Thanks. I'll get the next sibling.
Cool. Yeah, go ahead and hit pause on that too.
Yep.
And then I'll spike it back up when we.
Perfect.
You got a mic on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
Oh, wait. Oh, Dave's?
Yeah. He didn't give you the mic? Oh my gosh. Sploof, bloof. Pause. We'll be back. We're back, and I'm here with Al McKinley, the super intelligent, the most highly favored out of all the siblings you can ask them, trust and believe.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Now, Al, how old are you, man?
I'm 24.
24? Very cool, very cool. And what is your profession?
I'm a chemical engineer.
Chemical engineer.
So, yeah, I was at least. So, yeah, I'm currently between jobs and considering going back to school. So, kind of taking it easy though, because it's summertime and it's never good to just rush into the next thing. So
yeah. Also, too, I just want to mention this real quick. Tell us about this little trip you just took.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The last 2 weeks I was all over Europe, going to Copenhagen, Prague, Munich, Zurich, just trying out some different European countries. See where it's good to go back to.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I would love to do that. And Al has been many more places. Where else have you visited?
I've been to Italy, Greece, Peru, so a couple places, but I still want to get back to South America, and then I've got to get over to Southeast Asia, and
cool.
I've heard that's a place to go because it's not so expensive.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you can really take what you got and make a good time out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Very cool, very cool. All right. What type of diet do you follow, especially with all your traveling, everything that you got going on as a chemical engineer? What type of diet do you maintain?
I normally stick to a pretty light lunch and then eat more at dinner and then have a night snack. So it's close to a 8-hour eating period from 12 to 8 normally.
So you're fasting about 16 hours.
Yeah, yeah, and
Wow.
that seems to work well for me because once I start eating, it's hard to stop. So,
I almost
you
died.
feel
there,
that?
yeah. I
You
felt
feel that
that.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 16-hour fast. It may be, sometimes I might eat a little bit later to like 10, so it might be closer to like 14-hour fast. That really works well with a consistent 9 to 5 though.
Yeah.
So right now it's been real chaotic finding a balance of when to eat because I usually wake up at 9 and go work out,
Okay.
and then after the workout I need to eat something, so it could be only
Yeah.
it might only be 11, but I need to eat, and I'm more active when I'm not working. So I need to eat more because
Interesting. Yeah.
I think in work I was only eating maybe like 1,900 calories a day for the last year as like a diet of losing weight.
Yep.
Whereas now it's like I'm not trying to lose too much weight anymore. I'm more trying to just refine what I already have because I think I'm a healthy weight. I just need to start moving it toward the muscles a little bit.
And Al looks great, guys. Don't deny this. One thing about it that he didn't mention, but like as his brother-in-law, I met him when he was about 16, right?
Yeah.
And watched him be this 16-year-old skinny soccer player with long hair. I mean, down to his asshole. I'm not even kidding, guys.
Yeah, it was long.
Literally,
it was real
literally. Long. And then go to college, gain 40 pounds.
Yeah.
And then lose it all again. So this is like Al as a man now. He even grows a goatee sometimes, guys. He gets a little wild. I'm not playing with you guys. Yeah. And tell us a little bit just so they can understand like those different like fluctuations that you experience with your diet and your body.
Yeah. Well, I quit soccer in college and then immediately started just gaining a ton of weight, and that continued till I graduated. And I didn't really notice until like almost 50 pounds that I was like, oh man. Wow. I started looking at pictures and I was like, because when it happens gradually, it was a few pounds every month for 2 years straight. But when it happens gradually, you don't notice. And then I finally saw a photo and I was like, oh my god, my neck was like the same width as my jawline. And I was like, holy cow, when did that happen? Somehow 50 pounds can sneak up on you. It's just insane.
It's crazy.
But I didn't, I basically like took a couple year hiatus from being active after quitting soccer because I was just so burnt out of my whole life being about being fit. And I was so tired of it. So I barely even played sports for those 2 years, but I kept the same habits, eating and drinking, all through college as one does, and it added up quickly.
Yeah.
Especially I hadn't really hit probably the full like metabolism drop off, but I was turning 20 and 21, so I didn't have that like something that like an 18-year-old kid has, where it's just like the metabolism's ridiculous. Literally. I was starting to drop off, and then I stopped exercising, and I started probably eating and drinking worse. So yeah, and it still wasn't even that quick. It
2 years, guys.
Yeah,
he gained 50 pounds, and then looked at the photo and was like, "Whoa, what just happened?" And I want to pause for the cause because a lot of men are going to lean toward doing that. They're not going to look at themselves in retrospect, look in the mirror. They're going to just go at life full steam ahead, not really looking back until they have that moment where, okay, maybe I should look through these photos that I was taking. That's what you probably did, bro. It was like, whoa.
Yeah. It was funny. It was a picture. I still remember the picture. It was my girlfriend and I.
Yeah.
From behind, and I was like, oh. We didn't look like that at the start of the relationship. So we were happy
We
and
had some
happy and we had some
jump in
weight.
the trunk.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Oh man. All right, cool. And one final question, bonus round. Do you have any fitness or nutrition goals for this year?
They're not as strict of like saying like I want to be 165 pounds or something like that. But my shoulder, I've been recovering from a surgery as well while trying to lose weight, and my shoulder's mobility is not there. And I'd really like to be able to like play volleyball and rock climb as much as I want to.
Yeah.
And actually be able to do it without hurting myself. So it's more like a strength goal.
Okay.
I'm pretty happy where I'm at with the weight, and then I think the more I do what I love, which is like running, soccer, volleyball, rock climbing, all that stuff, the more I do what I love, it's gonna be kind of toning down, but then really strengthening the weakness in the shoulder. So that's kind of the goal for this year.
Excellent. Pleasure. Al McKinley, ladies and gentlemen. I did not for Dave, but is there any way that they can follow you or check in on you?
Actually, no. I'm off the grid.
Off grid. So, ladies, sorry.
Reach out to Keith.
I love this dude. This dude is a character, guys. Trust and believe. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, view, share this video. If you know somebody who looks like Al McKinley, or if yourself included have experienced different things that he talked about, can take some of the information and drop it in your life as well. Al, thanks again, man. Pleasure.
Right, thank you.
And we're on to the next sibling. Ow. Man, let me tell y'all, I am here with the most beautiful, wonderful, intelligent, caring woman that I've ever met in my life.
Wow.
Being swarmed by bugs out here.
Physically.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
My wife, my all, my everything. Erin Kaler.
Thanks, baby.
Woo!
Woo! Thanks for having me on your very, very unique and special podcast.
Yeah.
YouTube channel show.
For sure. For sure.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife, guys. I love it. That's why I married her. All right. And your age, darling.
26.
For our people.
Yes.
Say it one more time.
26 years of age.
26. Excellent. And do you have a profession or any hobbies as well?
Oh.
Yeah.
I am definitely I don't know. I think I'm a professional mother, but
yes, she is.
I love being a mother. It is such a mantle.
That's good.
And such an enjoyable, edifying experience. So I work at being a professional at that every day. I fail multiple times a day. But as far as that taking up the majority of my life, that is my profession, as well as being a caretaker and many other ways aside from caring for our children. So, and then hobby-wise, I really enjoy health as a hobby. Like I don't see it as a chore to learn and take care of my mind, body, and soul. And so I think that's probably like a huge hobby of mine. And hanging out with friends, hanging out with family. So
right on. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Being a homesteader, raising children.
Homesteading our children, but
yes.
Not quite homestead level yet.
But aspire.
For sure.
Definitely. I hear you talk about it, and we have conversation about that being what we envision for our family.
No doubt.
What type of diet do you follow?
I think it goes in between a ancestral and intuitive diet. I think ancestral in the way that it's very limited in processed foods and it's as whole food based as I can. I don't change much when I'm eating, but at the same time, like I don't change the form of the food as I'm eating. I really like to leave it whole. I like to just leave my veggies. I eat them cooked, but not all the fanciful things. I really like a simple diet, so it definitely has a lot of whole foods in it, and homemade things. If I do want to have a processed snack, then I will make some granola, or I will make some homemade date bars with chocolate powder and protein and chia seeds. And I'm all about the nuts. I'm all about the I just literally ate like a whole cup of raw pepita seeds for breakfast because it just sounded good. And so I definitely go with the seasons.
Yeah.
If it's right for me in that season, then I will feel drawn to it anyway. And so in a healing season, I was very drawn to eating nourishing and deeply cooked, rich foods, lots of bone broth, lots of oats that were delicately made for a long period of time, like just to really get the most out of those types of things. So.
Wow.
I enjoy a great drink as well, and I think that's been a new addition to my diet, is like incorporating herbs and different flavors into my drinks that I kind of see it as a whole meal. Like I drink separately, then when I eat, I don't like to mix those foods in my stomach. And so when it comes to like getting a hydrating drink or supplementing some type of herb into my diet that I see that I need, that I would say is a very instrumental and something that I'm experimenting more and more with.
Very cool. Okay. Excellent. Do you have a exercise routine that you follow?
I stretch and mobilize my joints every single day. And other than that, there's not incredible like routineliness to any of the exercise plans that I have. They're very, very also intuitively based on how I'm feeling and what I'm really needing that day.
Yeah.
And even mixed into it as I move through like a set, I'm listening to my body and
yeah, these bugs are wild.
Bugs are wild.
Yeah.
I'm listening and I'm asking, okay, do I just need to jump right into the next form of exercise, the next thing, or do I need to stop and really just patiently wait for my body? And so I do a lot of non-impact workouts right now, healing from having our fourth child.
Exactly.
Yeah, just preparing my body for a lifetime of really fun, intense, and enjoyable exercises and forms of movement. It's not about exercise for me. It's about movement and expressing myself through that. So.
A freaking man walked across the street and gave me $1 and told me, he said, hey, bub, you want $1? And I said, no, I'm quite good. He said, bub, I got $1 just for you, a nice crispy one. I said, how can I resist a crispy $1? Thanks, bub.
Yeah. I'm glad you had that interaction with him, baby.
Yeah, I had to put that in there for me and my wife. You'll get that so if funny. You know.
It's $1. You better take it. I mean, it's one crispy George Washington. Like, better not pass it up.
Yeah, don't pass it up. Wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't pass it up.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things that we've had, we've passed up. And this time around, we're not passing up. Especially when it comes to our fitness and nutrition. Really listening to our bodies, exactly what my wife is saying, being intuitive in the decisions that we make, especially when feeding our children, be it that they have a lot of health issues. And my wife has been doing the research studies on holistic Chinese medicine, various things, and trying to design the best diet for our family. I'm very grateful for that.
Yes.
Now, right now, I, honest to God, my diet is not good. And I have the goal of personally losing 30 to 40 pounds and feeling healthy again. But, and I would say this, it's to me not eating whole foods and eating a lot of processed foods. And when you make that switch, you walk, you stretch. All of them have mentioned mobility too, guys. Remember that. You do mobility exercises, you live a healthy life. So, my last and final question for my beautiful queen, my wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your goal?
That's my favorite word that you say.
Yeah.
No, my wife.
Oh, my wife.
What's my goal? I have like tiny goals. I'm a tiny micro goal person throughout my day. I'm like, let me make little goals.
Excuse me too. And I want to make it more specific for the content that we're producing.
Absolutely.
Your fitness and nutrition goals for this
season.
season.
For sure. Okay. Great. Like,
yeah, because that was
my
broad,
goal of life.
But let's bring it back here.
But to say my goal of life is to be a handmaiden of the Most High God. Number one, to be a servant.
Yeah.
To the one that saved my life, that saved our marriage, that saved me from myself and from a lifestyle of addiction and prostitution of my soul. So that being said, my holistic view of a goal is, and in the health and fitness and my well-being overall, my goal is really in the next year to really stick to the pelvic floor plan that I have been paying for and given by my coach, to restore my body to a place that I feel incredible.
Yeah.
And that in my 27th year of life, I'll be going into my 27th year in September, to really feel rejuvenated and not as if I'm aging and things are getting different because I'm getting older, but to feel more and more like I should, which is more like Aaron in the flesh and more like Yeshua in my spirit. So,
amen. I receive that. Dope.
Yeah. What's your goal?
Awesome. Wow.
Back to the host.
Yeah. First time too. Well, my goal is to be a servant to my wife and children so that she can be a servant for him. And delegating and allocating time to what we have going for our family without putting so much of it in things that don't elevate them.
Wow. That's going to be tough.
Very, very tough.
And I say that because you have many different directions. Not because I don't trust your will or your heart to do that. you will do just that. And as you have continued to do more and more in every season, I feel more and more supported and loved and cherished and just empowered to do everything that I have to do or that I'm mantled to do with our children, but everything also that I just desire to do. And I'm like, I'm grateful that you've become a springboard for my ideas, just like I'm a springboard for yours. I'm like, oh wow, I never would have thought of that. That's a good idea. How are you gonna, get the ball rolling? And then you've become that for me. And it's just taken me years to, I think, express those things to you, to dream, to start to envision a bigger scale of what I could do and how I could serve the people in the kingdom. And so you've empowered me through that is so wonderful.
Yes, excellent.
Yeah.
Now, Erin, I'm going to drop it in the description below. Wife. But where can they find you, follow you, check in or up on you after seeing this interview?
Actually, nowhere. I have not been on social media for a while.
I did. Yeah, I know. I'm throwing up gang signs over here at y'all because y'all know this is the second time that has been said. People are falling off like flies off of social. What are we to do?
It's too much.
So I'm here for you guys.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, you can see me through my husband's channel and hear more about what I'm up to through that.
Thank you.
As I'm sure there will be more.
Absolutely. Babe, pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
And we're on to the next one.
Let's go.
This is another episode of Eat It Up. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button, comment below this video, share it with your friends, family, and coworkers. Or if you know somebody who looks like this fine woman, share it with them. Maybe some of the information that she was talking about relates and can relate to you. All right? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We're rolling. So. Guys, you have no idea what just happened yet.
That's a little bit better.
My sis.
What's up?
Rachel. Guys, you have no idea who I'm sitting here with right now. Just one of the most spunky, energetic, wise, outgoing individuals that I've ever had the chance to experience life with. And honestly, too, crazy.
Right back at you, Keith.
Real crazy. So I'm here with Rachel. And what's your last name now?
Cheney.
Mm-hmm. Rachel Cheney. And you are about to be married.
Yeah, getting married next year.
And what will your last name be?
TBD.
TBD.
We're gonna decide on a last name together.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be real ethereal. It's gonna be real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be the first to know.
Thanks. Probably second. First and second. Mm-hmm. Rach, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to do this with you. How old are you?
How old am I? Yeah. Great question. I'm 32.
32.
Yeah.
Cool. And what is your profession?
I work in communications.
Yeah.
I'm a government contractor, so I actually can't tell you what I do.
Secret Service spy.
He said it on me. You're gonna have to take that part out.
Darn it. Oh my gosh. So yeah, well, in that case, guys, we're just gonna end the interview right here. We can't give out any more information. I'm kidding. What type of diet do you follow? And I would love to get into your diet history as well, because when I met you, she was a vegetarian, I do believe. Is that
vegan?
Correct? Vegan.
Very strict vegan. Yes.
Very strict vegan. But now has broaden her horizon with the food that she eats. So with this occupation in communication, what type of dieting do you subscribe to?
Yeah, well, that's kind of a long question, kind of a loaded question. So I'll try to be brief. But yeah, it's changed considerably since we met, because we met 10 years ago ish, 12 years. I don't even know how long ago.
It feels like we've known each other
forever,
that long. But I want to say, because Aaron and I are going on 8 total.
8.
So 8.
Okay, 8. Well,
yeah.
8 sounds
But
good.
like she said, 10, 12, 15, however many.
Let me tell you, after 30, it's all a blur. You're just like, I don't know how old I am. I don't know where I am. Doesn't matter. But yeah, like you said, so I started out when we met, I was very strictly vegan, and that was kind of vegan plus. It was like,
vegan plus.
Yeah, exactly. No allergens, no gluten, no alcohol, no processed food. So I was literally grinding my own wheat in a pestle and mortar to make cereal, because I wanted the cleanest possible diet. I know. I was like, I don't know where I got the time to pick wheat and then grind it, turn it into cereal. It was terrible cereal, by the way. It was the worst cereal you've ever tried.
I didn't try it.
Yeah, for good reason. You'd be like, nasty. But
there is one dish, this salad, the tzatziki sauce with the salad that my sister makes is out of this world.
Yeah, maybe we can share the recipe. It's super easy. It's like 5 ingredients. But I was trying to make it as a professional runner, and that meant having a very, very strict diet, very strict sleep schedule. And I'll be honest, it was rough on my body. It was a tough time. I was fasting really hard and just depriving myself, not of nutrients, but just food is enjoyable. Food is delicious, it's communal, and I was depriving myself of a lot of those aspects of food, because everybody would sit down to a delicious meal at a wedding and I couldn't eat any of it. I would pull my cooler out and drink a smoothie and be like, I'm so satisfied. And I wasn't satisfied. So fast forward to where we are now. The last 4 years I've been deconstructing my life, all of my life, not just my diet, but we won't go into that because this is not a relationship podcast. We'll stick to food. I deconstructed my diet along with everything else, and now I'm eating to feel full. I'm eating to feel enjoyment and pleasure and community. My partner is about the closest thing to a gourmet chef that you can get.
Talk,
Yeah,
guys. Yeah, he put me onto some things that I have to make them.
Yeah,
he is a genius when it comes to cooking. He knows his flavors. He knows how to pair different things and take very unique foods from different places that he's traveled, bring them here to us, and like, yo, try this. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah. I live with him, so I'm the recipient of
all of it.
And we just love cooking together. We love eating together, exploring food, and having a lot more generosity towards, I'll speak for myself, having generosity towards myself when I eat, where I'm not like, it's 6 p.m., no more eating. Now I have to starve for the next 18 hours. And I mean, so my diet's a lot more open. I'm officially pescatarian. I'm kind of picky about the fish that I do eat. I don't want to eat like, a lot of fried food. But I'm loving fish, all the fish meals that we make, and eating a lot of really good cheese. And we just bought a pasta maker, so we're making pasta all the time. So it's very flexible. It's very open, and that's reflective of the flexibility in my life now too.
Wow. You said so much, and we can unpack all of that. But the one thing that I want our audience to grab hold of is that food was a connection to relationship for you. and it was also a connection to experience for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw a lot of the people and the places that you wanted to go and the experience that you wanted to have was connected to food. So you were like, I have to expand when it comes to eating if I want to have a better experience.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally right. I mean, my life got a lot bigger, and so my diet expanded with it, and it allowed for celebration with the people I love.
Yeah.
And new rituals like my morning coffee and mushrooms. Like that's a sacred time for
Not
me.
boomers, guys. You were thinking that. I know you guys were thinking like she get trippy. No.
Why do you think I'm so happy?
Okay, then yes, guys. No, you got them excited. You were like, oh yes, that's those type of mushrooms. New morning routine.
Yeah, they're like, I'm listening now. I'd like that recipe, please.
Retention spike shot up right there. Literally. Yeah. Couple more questions. So, paired with diet always comes fitness. Do you have a routine that you follow?
Routine sounds pretty strict. I'm not into the sort of disciplined lifestyle that I used to have.
Yeah.
I mean, time and place for it, right?
Absolutely.
I'm 32. This is not the time and place for me in my life right now. Like, I don't know where I'll be in a decade. Maybe I'll be saying something totally different. But as for right now, I'm really enjoying just movement by what I'm feeling for that day. So at any given day, I could wake up and do Peloton in the morning, and that's actually how I start my work day. Is I do Peloton while I'm answering emails and trying to organize myself. I just built a gym in my garage.
Dope.
So
Dope
yeah, I showed you. It looks.
Yeah.
It took me so long to set up, but I put in the sweat equity, and now I'm going to use it. So
yeah.
An afternoon lifting session, pretty light, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm very focused more on like functional strength. I'm not going to be building some big muscles.
No.
I just want my body to like be able to have the lifestyle that I want, which it's very active. I mean, we played volleyball for 2 hours yesterday.
We did.
Yeah. So I want at any point in my life to be able to paddleboard to a cliff and rock climb and jump in the water without getting very injured, or take my dog for a long run in the mountains, or build a chicken coop, which required me crawling up on my barn roof to put netting over the chicken coop. So those are just like, I have an active lifestyle. So it's true.
No, it's not lying. I know it's true though.
You called me crazy at the beginning, and I was like, yeah, probably. But yeah, I'd say functional fitness, functional strength, and flexibility. And then like my two loves are running, trail running, and rock climbing. So I do those consistently a couple times a week. And then other than that, it's just, you know, if somebody wants to play ultimate frisbee, I'm game. Somebody wants to go golfing, I'm game. Like, just up for any activity, and not having to be like, oh, I don't know if I can do that because my flexibility won't let me, or my strength won't let me.
Yeah. So to sum all of this up, guys, and oh my gosh, spam this, guys. I'm 32.
You're not 32.
I'm saying spam it because the way you're saying I'm 32 is as if you're 90. Or 80 or 70 or 65.
Some mornings I feel 90.
She says I'm 32. So guys, spam that I'm 32 in the comments below. If you're feeling 32, if you are 32. But to sum this entire podcast up, experience is so important. But also too, longevity. Rach really wants to have a long, fulfilled life, a long, active, fulfilled life.
Totally.
And she's implementing these things: food, fitness, in a flexible way, which allows for her to do just that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. So I'm very grateful. This is my sister, guys. Ha ha, suckers. This is my sister.
Love it. I love
it. And I have the pleasure of interviewing her. Thank you again. Go ahead and leave a comment below this video. If you know somebody who looks like her, has a lifestyle like her, please share this video with them. Maybe they can pick up what she's putting down and, you know, shift some things around. Thank you guys for tuning in on another episode of Eat It Up. We got more siblings coming. We got more. All right. One more second, guys.
Yeah,
Sister Jay. Guys. Woo! Let me tell you, this is the last interview that I'm going to be doing for this episode. The best for last.
Oh, yes.
Right? Last but not least, right? Honestly, Jay is probably the most creative out of all of her siblings. And I'm being biased because I just have a unique love for art. And she is a spectacular artist, extremely witty, intelligent. I mean, will come off the hip slinging shots if you guys are talking that stuff. So, Jay, sis, how old are you?
That's very generous, Keith. That's such a compliment. I'm 31.
31. Wow. Okay. And do you work or have a profession?
Yeah. I am a communications analyst for a government contract. And just the very cool thing about that is I work with Rachel. So it's hard work and it's very cool and empowering work. But it's also hilarious to work together.
Yeah, like talk a little bit about that. How did you guys finesse that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kudos to Rachel for sure. But so last October, the end of September, Asheville had our hurricane.
Yep.
And I lost my job because of that. So Rachel was already in on this contract and just worked really hard, just singing my praises and connecting me with the right people to get hired. So we actually work directly on the same team, which is very unique and very special. Yeah, she does a great job. Like on her, she has a separate project than me, but we do have, you know, our weekly meetings on Teams where we're just like, hey sis.
Exactly. That's so cool.
Yeah,
like,
it's amazing.
Nobody in the world gets opportunities like that. But this family right here, I mean, they're wealthy and rich with love, and they're always looking out for each other and they want the best for one another. And you can see that. You'll see that in this interview, but also too just in that little brief of her and her sister. They were looking out for each other for real and made sure that they were both taken care of. So okay, that's dope. Now with you guys working in the same industry, Rachel had mentioned her job is very rigorous, that honestly she's a Russian spy and can't talk about the logistics that she does. But what type of diet
to segue that
would you guys have in that type of industry?
The diet.
Yeah. What type of diet do you have?
Me. Yeah, I'm a vegan.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been a vegan on and off for 8 years ish. So on and off being like vegetarian, the other option, but I haven't eaten meat since I want to say like maybe my sophomore year in college, is something like that. But then on and off with the vegan diet, just with like accessibility things. I've lived in a few different places where it doesn't make sense, or it's like or I've just given up and I'm like, cheese is dope. But yeah, so right now I've been a pretty strict vegan for about a year, and yeah, feeling good about it.
Cool. One, I just want to drop this gem for our audience real quick, and I know. When I first met Jay, she was China Jay, guys. She was traveling the world. She was about to be staying in China. This is pre-COVID. Like
by 1 year.
by 1 year,
Yeah,
literally.
I left China at the beginning of COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about your diet a little bit when you were staying in China.
Yeah. So that's when it was most hard. Not only like language barrier, so like learning how to say, is this vegetarian? So I was vegetarian there. There's not a huge diet of dairy there anyways. So I guess mostly I was just unsure about what I was eating. So like I learned how to say like, is there meat in this? Is this vegetarian?
Yeah.
And maybe like 50% of the time I said it right.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you're good or whatever. But most of the time I was just like, I
don't know. I'm unsure.
So, I'm unsure. So mostly vegetarian. And I think what I'm remembering is like I found a Western grocery store and I was like, hallelujah, like something that's familiar. And so that's when I was like, cheese is familiar and such a comfort food. And like I want something familiar during all of this, just wild culture shock. So that year I went back to just being veggie. And then I think I stayed veggie, or I don't know, time has passed. That was a while ago at this point.
It was.
Yeah. So I went back to being vegan, but then Rachel and I moved to Italy. And then you're in wine and cheese country. So that was also, again, like, I don't know, 80% vegan with a few like fancy evenings that, whatever.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's more my motto, is just like, I mean, that's not a motto at all, but just doing things.
C'est la vie, whatever you want to put
doing
to
like,
it.
experiencing the things. Obviously, like I am also vegan for like my code of ethics and stuff like that. So that's important to me, and that's why I like always go back to it.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to like, just take away from life experiences. Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. To pair with your diet, do you exercise or have a routine that you follow?
Yeah. Yes and no. I'm not great with routine, and so I struggle with like doing the same thing each day, like physically, but I probably do something active 3 to 4 times a week. Cool. And that's volleyball, it's going on a bike ride, it's doing like little workout videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's not in any sense a regimen. It's get your ass off the couch and do something, make your body move.
Simple.
Yeah. But I'm going on a 25-mile gravel bike ride race in October. So that's kind of like a goal. That's like, I don't know how many months at this point, but just like, okay, I did a full month of biking in April or maybe March. And that was like, cool, like I'm getting there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
It is.
I'm excited for you guys. Jay, I have one more question for you. Bonus round.
Okay.
What is your goal? And I'm going to narrow it to fitness and nutrition, but you can kind of overhead everything. Like, this is my goal to live this type of life, and it involves me doing this through fitness and nutrition.
Yeah. Yeah. You know my mom.
Yeah.
And mom has a lot of like physical pain, a lot of stomach pain, issues with her digestion, stuff like that. And I inherited so much of that from her. So I kind of have this like 30 years in the future look, and I'm like, oh, she works so hard, but like I want to change things now while I have the chance. And that is partially also why I am vegan, is just like upsetting something in the way that how to say it, maybe just giving my body an opportunity to like have a different path than my parents. And no criticism on that, like they they were raised the way that they were raised and then raised us in that similar way, but like processed foods and just diets that don't like speak to like what we actually need. They just speak to like how our country advertises food, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so like you know, Lunchables come to mind, stuff like that.
Did you guys eat Lunchables?
So not really, but like food like that, like the
super processed,
packaged meat and packaged cheese and yeah, and stuff like that. So partially that's my path with veganism is just like I want to try something radically different to see if my body responds better. And in the past 8 years of like research, I mean I have better digestive health. I struggled with constipation so bad up until college, and then Rachel actually, not to be the younger sister who follows everything that my older sister does. She became vegetarian first. Suggested it to me when I was like, I just never can poo. And so I cut cheese out and I was like, oh, dang.
This is what food feels like.
This is it? Yeah, so just giving my physical health, internal health, like the best chance to be healthy when I am 50 and 60 and 70 and hopefully 80 and 90. Like I want to be here for a long time. And I mean, this weekend I've struggled with allergies so bad. I have an ear infection developing right now.
Oh my god.
So it's just like there are so many like bad things about what's going on here that I want to like be very conscious and intentional about giving myself the best shot to be here for a long while as healthy as I can. And physical exercising certainly fits in there. I just don't want to.
I love that. You're honest as ever, and have always been. I want to kind of just sew everything up, encapsulate what you just said. And first, your experience with food and how it's affected you internally and externally. As well, what you watched your parents do and how they grew up really influenced you to go the complete opposite direction of really all of your siblings, because even now your sister is a pescatarian, so she consumes fish, but you've radically decided to be a vegetarian vegan this 8-year stint and have seen the best results for yourself. Right? That's awesome. And then also too, what I heard you say is that you want longevity. You want to see 90.
Absolutely.
And you're here for a long time, not just a good time. Which is dope. Because she was out there too playing for 2 hours volleyball and running around with these dogs and our kids and her brothers and sisters and knocking her brothers over the head. Guys, I'm not even kidding you. Tough. She's tough, but
thank you.
For sure. For sure. So guys, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. If you guys see or know anybody like Jess who has similar eating patterns, a similar lifestyle, share this video with them and maybe they can pull something from this and sprinkle it in their life and have a better one. All right. This finishes and concludes another episode of Eat It Up. I am Lamont Parker-Emerson Jr. That's my sis. And you guys just had a little drop in on the siblings trip. You just had a drop in on a household of 8. And like she said, her parents, they came up eating meat, a lot of processed foods, low fat diet, and every single last one of their siblings has a different way of eating. It's kind of unique to find that because they're all grounded in their relationship with food, and it actually brings them closer. So this was a dope episode for me to do with them. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. See you soon. Guys, this is about to be freaking epic. I have the privilege to interview another David? 2 Davids on one episode? What the